Hi guys, I'm here in your mock job interview assignment in our course Shell, and I just wanted to go over a couple of things regarding the assignment and give you some helpful tips as we move forward. So first of all, make sure that you have gone into our modules over here and signed up for a time for your mock job interview. So mock job interviews are going to be about 20 minutes, and you will get a Zoom link from the ACES office. They will be conducting the interviews, and you just pop on and do your interview that way. So just like we had our intro Zoom meetings, it will be set up similarly to that, making sure you're dressed professionally, have a professional background, all those good things. And then we'll talk about some preparation tools here as well. So again, make sure you've gone in and signed up. In that module, there's a link, and then you should see all of the days available at the top of the page. If you click on one of the days, then you'll see the times available that day. And then again, guys, there is space for 2 people in each of the times, but there is only room for 1 person. So technology with that scheduling wouldn't allow me to limit the groups to 1 person, but only 1 person per time as you sign up. So if somebody's already selected in that time, then you cannot join and need to find another time. Send me any emails or questions if you're having trouble scheduling that interview, if you need additional times. Okay, so guys, this mock job interview assignment is a continuation of our cover letter and resume assignment. So you found and applied for a real job online, and now we're going to actually interview for that job. So you've gotten into the starting gate of that race, and now you're going to actually interview for the job with the ACES office. So this is a really cool real-life experience that you're going to have with the ACES office for a grade here, not necessarily for a job, but these skills, as you can tell, will be great as we're moving into the job market and really searching for our first jobs or our first jobs within our specific career after graduation. Okay, so I encourage you all to review the job posting that you have found and applied for to make sure that you are really familiar with the requirements of the job. So you want to have as much information gathered as you can, both about the company that you are interviewing with and the person that you might be interviewing with. You want to prepare how you might be able to link your interview questions and your responses back to the company, because we want to make sure that our interview is very company focused, how you are value added or how you will be value added to that company should you land that job. And guys, this research and preparation time really sets you apart in the interview. A lot of people don't do this preparation step and kind of just wing it in the interview. And it's very obvious when people have prepared and actually researched the company, looked over their mission statement, the values that they're looking for in people, the projects that they're working on, their latest news releases, all those things, so that you have kind of a well-rounded view of the company going into the interview, and you can have those little tidbits to tie into your answers. In the interview, guys, you're going to have a behavior question. So behavior questions are something like, tell me how you responded to a certain instance in your life or work experience dealing with whatever the interviewer brings up, right? So specific example might be, tell me about a moment where you had to deal with difficult people. And you might think about an instance in your life and then apply the PAR approach that we talked about in our text. So first you will describe the problem, then you will explain your actions to deal with the problem, and then explain the result of the problem. So try and be descriptive enough that you are providing some detailed information for the interviewer, but you also want to keep things concise and really just, again, going over the problem, your actions, and the result. So guys, as you're preparing, you want to think of probably 2 or 3 problems that you can kind of have in the back of your mind and refer to as this person asks you behavior type questions. I also want you to be aware of illegal questions. So we talked about these in our lecture. So these are questions that are not necessarily job related, and they are illegal to ask. So this is something that can be as simple as, how old are you? And the ACES office might bring these questions up just to see how you respond. I mean, you can get practice responding to them and recognizing them. So if someone asks you, how old are you, you can just respond, Or you can take a step back and kind of say something like, I appreciate your interest and I'm more than happy to answer your question if you don't mind sharing how my age impacts your qualifications for the job. And that turns it back on them and gives them a chance to explain why they asked that illegal question and share their thoughts there. Other legal questions that the ACES office might bring up could deal with marital status, religion, and other topics discussed in the lecture. So just being prepared and able to recognize those there. So again, guys, these are going to be real-life things, real-life situations that you might face, and the ACES office is really just helping you to learn how to respond to those situations and actually see yourself on video. So you'll be able to re-watch your video and reference that when you do your summary paper and assignment. So when you get online in Zoom with the ACES office, remind them to record the session. I'm sure they will know to do so. And then also record the session on your end. So there's a little record button on the bottom of your screen, and it just records the session as you're in Zoom and then creates a file for you when you exit Zoom. And you can have that to reference to really see the things that you did well and then recognize the things that you might want to work on in the future. Other preparation things, guys, just reviewing those standard interview questions. You can look them up all over on the internet. There's a lot of really good ones in our text itself. You can do those interview simulations that we talked about in lecture. And then just referencing again just those other things that our text talked about in terms of preparation and the questions that are typically brought up in interviews, so that you have some of those responses ready for you to quickly share, and it doesn't cause any anxiety if questions are asked that you're not prepared for. So we're doing our best to kind of cover our bases and prepare as much as we can. I challenge you to practice with your roommates, your family, anybody that'll listen. Just again, another preparation step to take away any interview anxiety that you might have. The ACES office will send me their video or your video after the fact, so I'll be able to watch them and assess and give you grades that way. And again, guys, this is just an assignment that's really helpful in real life, and this is great practice within our course. So I'm excited to watch you all interact in this business setting, and good luck.